Sure. So we're here in Beverly Hills at our 9/11 memorial, which is strategically placed right outside our fire department, and it commemorates the events that occurred on 9/11 23 years ago, which was a time that terrorists attacked the United States without any provocation whatsoever, unlike the events in World War II, such as the Pearl Harbor attack. It's important that we know what has occurred. This is recent history, whereas the World War II events are pretty well chronicled in the history books. But this is something that is more fresh in our minds and maybe not taught as well because there isn't a background upon which the events occurred. Never again is really important because we have to always be vigilant as to what's going on in the future. Never again is used in other contexts, such as what happened during World War II when the Jews in Europe were taken over by the Nazis. And for me, being a Holocaust survivor's child, I was always taught never to forget. But it was in a different context. The context was the rise of anti-Semitism, which is what's occurring now also. So never forget is something that I always need to remember, both historically in my own family and for my children who have experienced that most recently in terms of what happened on 9/11.
Now, there was a rally not far from Beverly Hills, La Cienega Park, where a Jewish Voice for Peace, which is really a pro-Palestinian anti-Zionist group, they were using the phrase "never again," saying that it should apply to any persecuted people. Is there a risk in using "never again" to apply to things other than the Holocaust in terms of diluting its impact, or that it should be maybe exclusive to the Holocaust?
You know, we have freedom of speech in the United States, and people can hijack statements for their own political purposes, and certainly that's done. But it's really a bastardization of the phrase because never again really occurred during World War II, and it certainly is applicable to what is going on in Israel now, as well as what happened on 9/11.
And in what way would it be applicable to what's happening in Israel?
So the attacks that occurred in Israel are despicable, barbaric, unprovoked.
You mean that Israel committed or that Palestinians committed?
No, I'm sorry, and I'm getting a little choked up on this because certainly I mean the Palestinian attack upon the Israelis. Having been there, and I went there in June, right after the attack occurred, which, well, it was really about 10 months after, and we visited the Nova site, and to see what occurred and the damage that was caused is something also that should never again occur. And I think you see that on the kibbutzim in terms of their vigilance, and that's a type of event that should never occur again.